The United States imposed new sanctions against Russia following the same move earlier today by the European Union. Among the companies blacklisted by Washington are banks, energy giants, and companies related to the defense industry. The new sanctions restrict exports of American goods, services, and technology to Russia's largest oil companies for the purposes of tapping vast but kind of hard to reach energy reserves in Russia. For example, the largest state-owned bank, Sberbank, oil and gas companies like Gazprom and Lukoil and Rosneft, and also Rostec, a firm that manufactures everything from Kalashnikov automatic rifles to aviation equipment. Now, U.S. individuals and companies are limited or altogether prohibited from doing business with their Russian partners. This, in turn, makes the sanctions a now two-way street. Now, the Wall Street Journal published an article today on its front page titled "Sanctions Threaten Exxon." In 2012, the American energy giant signed a $3.2 billion deal with Rosneft. Rosneft, as I mentioned earlier, made the new sanctions list against Russia. RT correspondent Igor Piskunov has more on the EU's sanctions.
The new set of sanctions targets Russia's largest oil companies, including Rosneft, Gazpromneft, and Transneft. And from now on, they'll have more problems getting access to Western funds, since Western banks are being banned from giving them loans exceeding 30 days. These Russian energy companies will also have no access now to Western deep-water oil exploration technologies, which could affect a lot of important projects, including the ones in the Arctic. Western companies are also being banned from exporting so-called dual-use technologies. That doesn't only affect the energy sector, but companies like the Kalashnikov arms producer as well. We also know that 24 more Russian citizens have been added onto the Western blacklist. Now, the timing of these sanctions has been raising a lot of questions, since the main argument that we're hearing from Western officials is that they're supposed to force Moscow change its policies on Ukraine. But currently, there's a ceasefire going on in southeastern Ukraine, which Moscow has been actively promoting. And also, the other thing is that Russia, will now have to wait for Russia's reaction, since many officials here have been warning there will be one in case a new set of anti-Russian sanctions takes place.
That was RT correspondent Igor Piskunov.